Hello and welcome back to the Super Heavyweight YouTube channel, where in today's episode we will continue with the Barcelona Master League being played on the difficulty mode of Superstar. Just before I continue, just want to say a big Super Heavyweight thank you to everyone for supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. The subscriber count is going up and we're trying to get to that magic number of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. So thank you very much to everyone for supporting the channel. Really do appreciate that. So just a quick recap. We lost 2-1 to Bilbao. Not the result that we wanted, considering that the match before we beat Midtjylland in the Champions League, which resulted in us going second. So just before I continue, just want to show you the negotiation status. At the moment, we've managed to have a bid accepted for Pogba and Bruno Fernandes. Of course, we only have 194 million, so this one will total 232 million. So a bit of a dilemma. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to change tact, and what I'm also going to look to do is see whether I can get a bid for Haaland, who's 20 years old, market value 74, so see whether we can get him, for the simple reason being maybe we might be able to have Kylian Mbappe going and playing as a right wing forward, and maybe having Haaland as the number 9, the main centre forward. Of course, somebody, one of the super heavyweight fans, did mention in the comment section that should I possibly sell Dembele, but I don't think that's going to be an option, just simply because I wouldn't get enough money for him, and he's a good squad player who's quite young as well. So I'm going to see if I can get Dybala as well. I'm just trying to keep my options open, so we'll just see what happens and we'll take it from there. So I'll go for Dybala as well. Of course, Douglas Costa could be one that we look at as well. So at the moment, I'm not quite sure what I want to do, but I'm going to get straight into the next match. I'm not quite sure who this team is. Oh, Eibar. So again, we'll just have a look at that. We have sold Lionel Messi. So what we'll do is we'll just go and make some slight changes. So Titi can come back in. We'll play Ansu Fati. Of course, Mbappe does need a rest, but we'll just go with what we've got. We'll bring Busquets back in. Just want to see if Alba's back, so we'll put him straight back into the team, and of course we'll put De Jong as an attacker. I might go with a traditional 4-3-3 with Busquets and then Puig and Ricky Puig and De Jong either side. Ter Stegen will obviously come back in, so probably go with that for now. Of course, Lionel Messi is captain for now, but of course we have sold him. So of course there's a few tough decisions that we need to make, but as you can see, the squad's not good enough, and we've got Klosterman coming in as a centre back. So a big game in terms of having lost. Of course, I do feel that we are there or thereabouts. However, I just think we're a few signings away. But of course, we have to. Of course, I'd just go and buy Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba, and I think that would solve a lot of the issues. But then I have to think about what sort of characters we need in the team, where we need to possibly strengthen, and of course, I think the right wing forward, even though Dembele's played there, he is actually a left wing forward player on the game itself. But of course, Ansu Fati is a player that we want to play. So we need to try and buy players with regards to that, and of course we need to buy some of the best players out there. So my thinking is probably go with Haaland, move Mbappe as a right wing forward, even though he's a beast of a striker, and have two of the best young talent in world football, and I think that would really create exciting times there for Barcelona, because the fans deserve it. I mean, it hasn't been great. The Champions League draw was made and no sign of Barcelona, which is a real shame really, because they are the giants amongst the football teams out there. So that's something that we need to try and look for. But for now, we'll stick with what we got, which is still a very good team. So we should still be doing better, which we're not at the moment. So worrying times, some good results, and then we find that we then go back to square one again, which is really frustrating. And that's what we're going to try and address. But it's a great ball over the top to Lionel Messi. Can he find the cross? Not quite, but we've managed to get a corner. So Eibar, and I've noticed that sometimes we're too attacking, that very direct, and we give the opposition team the chance to try and get back into the game. But Umtiti hasn't really played for Barcelona, and I'll be honest, I haven't really watched Barcelona play for a while. So of course Lionel Messi, good football player. He's managed to get, nearly gets away. Thought he was barged off the ball, but again we managed to get 4 players back, which is really good. And I'm definitely want to get Pogba in. I need to get a big character, a nice centre midfielder in there. I think we've been outpriced for Bruno Fernandes, again one of my favourite players at the moment, and of course he would be very good because he would Ansu Fati nearly gets away. He would create the chances that we need, and of course utilising the pace of Ansu Fati, Dembele, Kylian Mbappe. And Kylian Mbappe has done fantastically well. I mean, we did buy him for 270 million, and I have to say that was a shrewd signing, because I think by January we would have signed, I think, some of the best players around. And of course this is the Barcelona revolution, where we are trying to get them back to the top. So of course you would expect to sign the best players. Can De Jong get there? Get that ball out there to Mbappe, and he's through. Unfortunately he is the lone striker, so trying to get players in there. Roberto gets the ball there. Back there to Messi. Can he get the cross in there? He can, and Mbappe can't quite get to the ball. And Lionel Messi with a curler. Oh, just wide. He did score a goal early on in the campaign where he does bend the ball around. And of course having Haaland in there gives a bit more physicality as well. But more importantly, a goal scoring option. And I like having Pogba because I mean, he's been around playing for some of the best teams in the world. I remember that spell that he had at Juve. For me, at that moment in time, he was the best midfielder in the world. Hasn't quite worked out at Manchester United, not because I blame Pogba for that. I just think that United, the way they play, is very defensive. I just feel that they need to be more attacking. So if you look at Man United, where they did really well against Manchester City, it was a case of them being able to counter-attack. So Manchester City looked to win every single game, hence the reason why Manchester United were able to exploit those spaces. But against teams that sit back, they really do struggle, hence the reason why they've had many draws. And I was told that even though their away record is one of the best, if you look at it statistically, just based on points, Leicester City and Manchester City have more points accrued than, say, Manchester United, even though supposedly United have got the better goal difference, or better record, but less points. So my point being is that nearly tried to get in Mbappe, but again I always feel Mbappe is better utilised as a right wing forward running on to a striker, which is again I think probably the way for this particular campaign for us in this Master League as well. So that's what we're looking at. Let me know what you think in the comment section. But again, the half is gone by. We've got to be very careful, nearly conceding there. Can we get that ball out to Ansu Fati? We can. Trying to get Mbappe away, and he could be in. Oh, he's just absolutely, he's so fast, isn't he? And of course we just hope he stays injury free. I mean, look, he had Van Dijk getting seriously injured with a cruciate as well. So of course, let's just hope that he gets back to the same performance, because you know, we watch football to see the best players ply their trade. So a good ball over the. Oh, Mbappe couldn't quite get onto that. And what I might do second half, I might put Messi as a centre forward, and then that would probably give me a quick. Try to get. That's got to be a foul, ref. Couldn't get the advantage. Just trying to see if I can get Mbappe as right wing forward. See how he performs, and then that's why obviously we've put a bid in for Haaland, as you've seen at the beginning of the episode, and that will give me possibly an option to say, okay, let's get Haaland, and then we can go for Pogba, because then we can purchase both of those. So I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to change Mbappe. I'm going to bring De Jong back in there, and again, we don't really have anybody that we can put in there, but I'm going to play Pjanic in this. I'm going to take off Peak. I mean, he's done really well, but we'll just try some changes. Need to score more goals. We've done well in terms of possession this game, but haven't really. Oh, that's a poor pass, but at least that allows us to bring the substitutes back on. So Peak is going to go off. Bring on Pjanic. Maybe a bit more experience in the games where we're not able to break down the opposition. So it'll be interesting to see how Mbappe gets on. Of course, we have shortlisted someone like Jadon Sancho. Well, that's a great shot there. And again, Ter Stegen is. That's a good ball there to Mbappe, and that's what we want to try and unlock. The pace, and he's away. Can he get the cross in? Oh, Ansu Fati just about to get at the end of that, and then the goalkeeper pulls off a great save there to try and stop us from scoring. So when I've moved De Jong back in the normal centre midfielder's position, just because I actually need him to pull the strings in that midfield. And of course, we are going to keep Busquets. So I was looking to get rid of a lot of the old guard, because I just feel that a fresh approach is probably the best way to go about it. But again, let's try and get Mbappe over the top. That's another good ball, and nearly in there. See, look, he looks so much more dangerous coming onto the ball, i.e. running onto the ball, as opposed with his back to goal. So that's something we are trying to explore, and that will then allow us to buy Haaland. He tries to win that header, and again, a good ball there by Messi. Can he get away? Mbappe, I mean, it'll just mean that Eibar will have to defend deeper, but that's the outlet, and that's what we're looking at. So if we can, that could be our outlet there in terms of trying to go forward. So Alba gets the ball there to Fati. He's been quite quiet today, but again, a fantastic talent. I mean, as I said, he's had some serious knee injuries. Hopefully we can, well, Barcelona medical, got a ball over the top, got to be careful. Good covering there by PK. Hopefully they can resolve that and he can get back to playing football. I mean, the first time I saw him play, what a talent. 18 years old. Great player, and one for, of course, Barcelona to build their team around. I think they just need to go back to basics. But Messi in that striker's position, of course, still a. Well, that was a bit dangerous, a bit risky, and I was actually trying to clear it with the square button, so it wasn't a pass back to the goalkeeper. But Mbappe with the number 9 shirt again. I think Barcelona do need to make a statement signing. Mbappe plays that to Pjanic. Of course, with Pjanic in the team now, his passing ability, able to try and create something out of nothing, possibly. PK off to Chelsea. I felt we just had to. Oh, that's good pace. Look at that. I mean, where do you get that sort of pace from nowadays? Oh, not quite the cross. Well defended there, but 74 minutes. And we really need to start trying to get a goal. I mean, a good performance, which is what we need, but we should be winning these types of games. So maybe Dembele. I'll probably look to bring Dembele on actually. I think Mbappe does need a rest because he is very tired. And lastly, I'm going to bring on. Let's get Coutinho on. Let's just take off Busquets for this one and bring on Coutinho as the attacking midfielder. So of course him and Messi have been sold, but literally the squad. The squad is so thin that let's see if we can get. Oh, not the pass that I wanted. Should have played that earlier, but we just so thin on the ground in terms of the squad players. Hence the reason why I can't afford to just buy Fernandes, because that'll mean that I won't be able to buy a third or fourth player, and I need to make sure that I bring in not just some players, but some of the players that will allow us to compete with the best teams in the world. But Ansu Fati is the away. Can he get the cross? And he can. Oh, couldn't quite get there. Get that to De Jong. There to Pjanic. Can he get the shot away? He can. Oh, just over the top. But that's what he can do. Of course, his passing ability is very good. And hopefully now we've got 10 minutes or so, including injury time, to try and get a much needed goal. I mean, I'll be happy with the draw for now, just considering how things are going in the league. I mean, we lost to Bilbao, but I just feel that we've got to try and... oh, Messi's come short, but would love to have seen him gone on the edge, which is why Mbappe, I find, is very good, because he's always playing on the last defender. As soon as we get the ball, he's already made the run. So, is Eibar going to make a substitution? Yes, they have. So, a few minutes left. We've got to try and get the ball forward. Titi. Alba gets that ball. Plays that to Fati. Oh, not the ball that we wanted. Again. Oh, can Messi nearly gets the defender and stops him. Oh, we've got a big gaping hole in that mid defensive area. And it's 0-0. We'll take that. I think the start is to try and go unbeaten away from home. We'll take that. We're not playing as well as we would have hoped, but of course we are still in the mix. We are near the top. I would still imagine we're still near the top here as well. So it was more of a dominant display, but only one shot on target. So that's something we need to try and address. I mean, our goalkeeper's man of the match, Ansu Fati, probably didn't have his best game today, but the two centre midfielders did, and Mbappe looked dangerous. So I think right wing forward position is his. But look, we're now 7 points off Real Madrid, so that's something that we need to probably try and address. I mean, we've had 4 wins, but it just hasn't felt like we've been dominant. So that's something I want to try and be aware of. And of course, now we've got the Champions League. So let's just see what's happened. So a couple of call-ups. Bentancourt. I think he's the Algerian that plays for AC Milan. I might be wrong there, but he's a very good player if he is. Oh no, he's the Uruguayan that plays for Juve. Don't think I need another centre midfielder because I've identified Pogba. But what we'll do is we'll end the episode. We've got a big game coming up against Villarreal at the Camp Nou, which we need to win so that we can try and close the gap with Real Madrid. And of course, the Champions League match against Midtjylland, it's like a Champions League final, because if we can win that, hope that Zenit beat Marseille, then that will actually help us in terms of progressing to the knockout stages. So just want to thank everyone for your support. Really appreciate that. Keep supporting the channel, spreading the word, and let's try and get that magic number of 1,000 hours and 4,000 hours of watch time, because remember, we're changing the game and taking over.